Welcome to this episode of The Good Conversations. I'm Jen.
And I'm Robin, and we'll be your hosts as we learn and laugh together during the video you're about to enjoy.
We invite you to get comfortable and get creative with us.
Let's begin. Hi, everybody. I'm Robin.
And I'm Jen, and you're watching The Good Conversations.
Yes, welcome. Today, we're going to be talking about the idea of curiosity.
Curiosity makes me think.
Yes, are you curious about curiosity, Jen?
Yeah.
Well, when I look at the definition of curiosity, it says the desire to know. And I love that explanation, the desire to know more.
Right, desire. So there's an interest.
Curiosity is something that that's such a big part of our personhood. We're programmed really as people to be curious. It's a healthy thing. And when we flex that curiosity muscle, it's really enhances our way of being in the world, as you say, develops your empathy, develops your imagination, our understanding, our ability to think outside the box, not make assumptions about each other or situations.
Yeah. All of that and more.
And more, for sure. Why do you think it's important to be curious in our lives, Jen?
Well, I know that if I'm curious about, firstly, myself, then I can learn what drives my behavior, what affects my moods. And then I can use that curiosity and that learning to understand, have some self-compassion, and just live a better life.
Oh, I love that. And then if we are compassionate to ourselves, staying curious and non-judgmental, maybe we can do the same thing with our family and friends and the people we come into contact with. I love that.
Yeah, that's the idea, is to take that curiosity, that learning, and then extend it to others.
You really can never be bored if you have an attitude of curiosity in your life.
Very true. Very, very true.
So, curiosity, Jen, is a wonderful place to begin to write poetry. Did you know that everybody's a poet?
I did. So, Robin, let's write a poem together about curiosity.
That's right. Okay, so everybody, what you're about to see is I've got just a regular lined sheet of paper, and I'm going to use a marker. So you'll be seeing my hand on a piece of paper as we compose a poem, and it's very, very easy. And it's a really fun exercise to try at home. So here we go. So, Jen, writing a poem, sometimes it's important to write without judgment, as we've been talking about curiosity. So I wonder how to start this poem. I'm curious about this poem. I am curious might be a great first line. What do you think?
Oh yeah, I am curious. Maybe that's the entire first line.
I like that.
I am curious.
So when I say I am curious, and I think I may have spelled that wrong, I'll correct it. I am curious. So how would you finish that sentence? I'm curious about, what's the first thing that pops into your mind?
Marshmallows.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, there can be a great technique in poetry called alliteration.
Oh,
An
yeah.
alliteration is when two words in the poem start with the same letter. So I'm curious about marshmallows. And is there another M thing that you might be curious about off the top of your head?
Marshmallows and mushrooms.
Ooh, I like that.
I'm curious about making this humorous.
Well, are you curious about laughing?
Yeah, always.
Why do you want to laugh? I'm curious.
I'm curious about laughing. It feels good.
Yeah. Where do you feel in your body the feeling good when you laugh? Where does that feel good place come from?
I think it's around my heart, my chest. Maybe because I'm breathing more when I'm laughing. I don't know.
I'm getting some great, as you speak, you're speaking poetry. And what I'm doing is I'm just writing out the poetry as it's coming out and floating in the air between us, Jen.
Mm.
So far we've got, I am curious about marshmallows and mushrooms. I am curious about laughing, feeling my heart, breathing deeply, breathing soundly. How are you breathing?
Breathing naturally.
Oh, I like that. And do you feel relaxed? Do you feel safe? Do you feel anxious? Do you feel open?
I think the feeling is relaxed and sort of supported. I don't know where that word comes from, but
I like that.
supported.
Relaxed and supported in
Relaxed and supported.
questions, maybe. Because really, curiosity is a series of questions, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's take a look at what we've got now. I am curious about marshmallows and mushrooms. I'm curious about laughing, feeling my heart, breathing naturally, relaxed and supportive in the questions. Oh, Jen.
Oh, well,
Oh.
that was a great collaboration.
So making poetry as a partnership, staying curious, asking a question, and then just gently following your curiosity and writing it down. And you've got a poem. Thanks, everybody.
Hey, Robin,
Yes, Jen.
you know what I'm really curious about these days?
What's that?
Body language and facial expressions. In that we can read a lot from people about what they're doing with their body and their face. For example, if I do that, you can relate to how I might be feeling, right?
Oh my gosh, definitely, Jen. I've found myself doing that, and especially you didn't use words, but you did make a sound too. Ha.
Yes. Yes. But I can read that this means maybe frustration, but I'm still curious about what's behind that for that person.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. I think taking your lead, Jen, when I see someone lean forward, as I am with you, because I'm so interested in what you're saying. When someone leans forward and their eyes get wide open, oh yeah, let's all do that.
Ooh, feels good. Stretching my eyeballs.
It does feel good. Leaning forward, making eye contact. I'm curious, what's motivating that person? They seem interested, don't they, Jen, when we all do that?
Absolutely. And it's like they want to hear. So they're leaning in, they want to hear, they want to see, really want to take in whatever you have to offer.
Yep, we want to get closer.
Mm-hmm.
Literally. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's another movement that makes us curious.
Well, a movement for curiosity might be.
Oh, yeah. Aha. Or
Uh-huh.
even, oh, yes. Oh, it's fun to play around with those.
Yes. And again, there's this fine line between curiosity and judgment.
Yeah, for sure. I think we could even make some movement phrases using some of the things you've pointed out.
So these are all kinds of different movements. Why don't you try them with us?
Let's start with that first one.
Yep.
We could lean forward. Who came after that, Jen?
And then we're curious.
We could be curious on the other side too. Oh, let's do something dynamic like.
Oh, I love that one. It makes me feel good. Ah, I love the sound.
That's true. You could do it one at a time too.
So all together, we had this. Yep. And then we had a leaning in. And we had a And the last one was
Actually, I have one more, Jen.
oh,
A big arm, curious body language thing. What do you think about this one?
oh, lean in for a hug. Oh, that feels good.
It really does. Actually, I want to take it to the other side too. Can you try that at home?
Nice.
Feels good to move our bodies in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jen, let's talk about curiosity. We have unpacked a lot of creativity around curiosity. What was your favorite thing that we did today?
Well, I think it was the poem that we created about curiosity, but do you know what? I can't quite remember the lines in it. Maybe I could look at it again. We could look at it again.
Oh, yeah, let's do that together. So, what we did was we had a conversation, really. And as we had the conversation about curiosity, we followed our curiosity and it became a poem. And it goes like this. I am curious about marshmallows and mushrooms. Oh, I love that. I'm curious about laughing, feeling my heart, breathing naturally, relaxed and supportive in the questions.
Oh, yeah, the questions. That's where the curiosity comes in.
Yeah, which reminds me, the thing that I liked the best about this topic of curiosity is being curious about body language. We were exploring what body language tells us, what answers to questions it gives us. For example, I remember we were talking about when people fold themselves in like pretzels.
Yeah, and that tells us that they're really not ready or available or feeling comfortable.
Absolutely, right. I remember now that we're talking about it again, that when people lean forward and their eyes, really meet yours and they're smiling and nodding, those are all body language signs that we are engaged and into what's being talked about, right?
Yeah, I agree. And it gives us so much information and insight. So when I'm curious about someone's mood or how they're feeling, sometimes I can tell just by looking at them.
Yep, definitely. And the reverse is true. Sometimes someone might have a resting face. That's not at all what's inside. So, another thing that I'm learning about curiosity is you can't take anything for granted, right?
Mm-hmm. Never assume that we know how someone else is feeling.
Yeah, I think that is the one of the great values of discussing and being creative around curiosity. It's a lifetime attitude of learning and being open.
Absolutely.
Yeah, keeping an active mind, following your curiosity. We can never be bored in our lives.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there's always something interesting around the corner.
Yeah.
It is time for us to discuss what's for dinner.
Oh, I love this topic.
Me too.
Everybody has dinner every day. It's such a bonding experience. We're all having dinner somewhere at some time in the world, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. So, what are you having at your house?
I think that we are having pasta. Got that pasta. It's wide noodles. I'm trying to remember what it's called, but anyway, it's really yummy and attractive. There's something very substantial about wide, flat noodles, and we're going to put some shrimp in there tonight. What about you, Jen?
Ooh, that sounds good. We have tuna steaks. So we just pan fry them and then add some rice or quinoa. I'm not sure what yet, vegetables. And yeah, it's yummy.
Oh, that does sound delicious. So I'm having seafood and you're having fish. I like that. Yummy. Enjoy your dinner tonight, wherever you are, everybody. And thank you so much for joining us here at the Good Conversations. We've been talking about curiosity.
Yes, we have. Thanks for tuning in. Until we see you again, stay creative, everyone.
Bye for now.
Bye.